3, 2, 1, play.
Okay.
Hello. This is
Good start.
Thealbluedragon again. Don't worry, we're still going. And oh my god, my video is too loud, so I'm going to turn that down a bit. It's Thealbluedragon again with SteelBall Jack. Say hello.
Hello there.
This one's going to be a little bit different. This is not a playthrough. This is a look at one of my favourite games of the 90s and the PS1 era.
Me too as well. This is actually, well, of the early times, it was one of my favourite games.
Yeah. So this is Resident Evil. This is OG Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1.
This is as real as you can get without being any real or anything.
This is classic PlayStation. Came out in 1996 from Capcom. This game is very different to what you would normally see in a Resident Evil game. Like, Resident Evil games became really serious at some point. They became really self-serious, and they lost all of the cheese.
I mean, look at those pictures. I mean, look at Jill. Like, Jill's pretty hot. Chris just was. It's like they went, "Hey, let's get a brown-haired Guile."
Yeah. So for this video, we're going to be playing as Jill, just because Jill. It's just, I just have an easier time recording the footage I want to record as Jill. You know, you get more ammo, you get more weapons, stuff like that.
What were you doing in July of '98?
What was I doing in July of '98?
I was graduating primary school, aka elementary school.
Oh.
Where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo
True facts.
who disappeared during the middle of our mission. No, I haven't found it yet.
I'm not sure actually. 98.
There's a part of me that wanted to watch this until the end.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we can comment on it. So, this is the only game in the series that featured live-action cutscenes,
Yeah.
and not just CG characters, which I personally think they should have stuck with.
I liked it for this, but I'm probably the opposite of you, Thealbluedragon. I liked it for this. I thought it was funny, and like, you know, it's got that kind of 80s camp.
Yeah.
Look at Barry.
Barry's fucking working it. I mean, Wesker's just making love to the camera right there. Jill's just like, duh.
Oh yeah.
Look at Christo. Holy shit. He's making love to the camera right there. He's really working
That
it.
was the only guy who was like...
I love their half-hearted search here. It's like, hey, we're a crack team of special forces and we're just going to very slowly just kind of wander through this field looking for clues.
Yep.
Anyway, that's a rubber dog.
Well, rubber dog head, at the very least.
Rubber dog head.
I found gun. And hand.
So, fun fact, the reason this is all black and white is so they could ensure that they could release the game under a certain age rating.
Yes.
I believe the PC release of this game has a full colour opening.
The thing I do know is that that they actually were, like you said, they were doing it because they wanted to keep the
No! Don't go!
Oh, sorry, that was too epic. No, don't go, helicopter.
Oh, we're being chased by dogs, but let's all just stand here in the field for a few seconds doing nothing.
Also, the other thing was because at the time, a lot of the producers were actually like, hey, this actually kind of looks noirish and kind of looks better.
We should make video games more like movies.
Also, another reason why...
Anyway, I'm going to have to interrupt you here for possibly one of the coolest title cards in video game history.
Redfield.
This whole sequence here is fucking awesome.
I just listened to that bass.
Jill Valentine.
Yeah. Now work in that bass. That's proper Jill Valentine before the miniskirt days.
Oh, by the way, I didn't know his name was Barry until I played the game a second time. I thought his name was Barry. Because, you know, the voice is like, the kind of like American accent is like, Barry!
Yeah.
That was ultimate Wesker, that.
Resident Evil.
That's fucking cool. I love that sequence. That's still fantastic.
This is one of my favourite things in the early Resident Evils.
Few title cards ever achieve the level of awesomeness of the original Resident Evil title card.
It's like the fact that it's super serious, like when you're killing the zombies and stuff. But then, like when you're playing it, it's super serious. But then when you're watching the cutscenes and everything, it's just like
It's so cheesy.
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
give me a minute to load.
Loading.
Stop it! Don't open that door!
Great, perfect. We don't need another cut of that. That sounded perfectly natural.
Also, a little random fact here. They were actually going to do a Japanese. They actually did a full Japanese. Basically, the whole game was in Japanese, all done, all ready to be shipped with Japanese voices into Japan, of course. And they decided, no, we prefer the American voices because people will think it's really like an American movie. So they basically paid these people to do voices, and then for the whole game, and they just never used them.
They did the same with a little game called Deep Fear for the Sega Saturn. It's like, yo, here's this Resident Evil rip-off. Well, not rip-off, but inspired game. And it's like, if you track down, like, you listen to the voice acting, you think, oh man, this is like terrible, like English voice acting. I bet the Japanese voice acting is so much better. But then you track down a Japanese copy like I did, and it's exact same voice acting, it's all in English.
Oh.
It's like, oh, okay.
What is it?
Stuff.
Oh, look out, we found a clues.
Jill, see if you can find any other.
I like how Barry went straight for it, like,
Barry's like, almost like he knew where it was. He's like, yo,
I hope it's not Chris's blood.
I'm going to sit here for the next 5 minutes staring at this pool of blood.
Not even staring, no, he's like spamming left and right, like, I hope I can see all of this in my frame of vision.
Immediately equip the pistol. Make sure I got the right buttons. This is probably the most famous cutscene in the entire Resident Evil franchise. This one right here.
Oh, I love the, I love this.
I didn't say it was good, I just said it was famous.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just saying I love this because the director's cut version is the one that I had after. See, like his head, as you can see there.
It's a bit oof,
but
chunky.
Bloody remake version. Oh, when I first saw it, I was like, ah! On GameCube, like, oh my god.
I love the remake.
Oh my god, that. I can't wait. Oh, by the way, here, random news here. This is random. The remake has actually, you can pre-order it here now in Japan.
Just stare at this dead body for a few seconds. He's like, yep, that's a head.
He's Kenneth.
He's a shadow of his former self, I bet.
Yeah. Oh, it's you know, it's Kenneth.
Hi Kenneth. I'm just gonna mourn your corpse for a few seconds, then loot the corpse. It's like, oh no, he's dead. Hey, stuff. Like, ooh, I'll take your stuff.
Oh, will you take the clip?
So it's fun to make fun of this game now because it's so old and it's aged so poorly, but I still really like this game. I think I dare say that it's still my favourite Resident Evil.
It's my favourite. If we were to say one, as in holding remake, as in like, and the actual game itself with all the music and everything, for me it's literally 1 and 2.
I mean, I like 2, but I don't. It doesn't hold the same place in my heart as the original.
I'm not a big fan of 3 whatsoever.
I mean, I can take or leave 3. 3's okay, but it's not great.
Yeah. But I don't want to get into that stuff because we'll be here forever, but let's just report this to Wesker, shall we?
Yes, this was a monster. Barry shot him in the head.
Can I just say that he shot them in the head and only blew his head off the 3rd time with the Magnum. I think Barry should quit while he's ahead.
I think Barry's Magnum might be bugged because I distinctly remember it only taking 1 bullet with a Magnum.
Exactly, that's why I was like, he's just a really bad shot.
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill.
This is like the first, like, oh shit moment in the game, story-wise. It was like, oh, Wesker's gone missing.
Yeah, I generally was like, wow, where the where the boys and Wesker.
So the next part would be you would have to run upstairs and look at all like the different areas, but we're just going to skip that.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out.
It's like with the cut. It's like she went up the steps. She went up one step, turned around and went, "What's going on?"
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. Oh God, another classic
Can't be
line.
helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
You do that,
This
Jill.
mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost.
Trouble.
We should start
Look,
from
it's
the
not
first
that
floor,
big. It's just a
okay?
large house.
And
Yeah, it's not like you found 20 million zombies.
it might be handy
Yeah, it's
if
not like
you,
you're
the
in like
master
a
of
fucking
unlocking,
like
take it
labyrinth
with
or
you.
something. It's just a house.
So if she's the master of unlocking, why doesn't she
Thanks.
not
Maybe I'll
own
need it.
the...
Yeah, like why did she have her own lockpick?
Is it because she has a lot of keys?
It's possible.
She just has like all the keys in the stars, like in the stars
something
police station.
happens,
She's
let's
just like
meet up
really,
in this
really
hall.
good at like you using keys. She actually can't pick a lock for shit. She's just really good at using keys.
Yeah, that's it. She just knows how to use keys. The only one she can't use, sticky keys. Because she like presses it, it comes up, she's like, I'm scared, stop it, no.
Oh God, shift! Damn you, shift!
Damn you, shift, turn it off. Okay, here we go. I actually, yeah.
So, like the previous area, I know what's coming.
Oh, of course.
So I'm just going to straight up do what you should do, because if you have to turn 180 degrees before firing at the dog, you are going to take a hit. I used to be really good at this. I used to be able to like toggle between the gun and the knife, so I would knock down the dog with a bullet and then quickly equip the knife, run over to it and stab it as it tries to get back up. But I'm not that good anymore.
I've only just realised now that there's like a skull with a spine in the cabinet.
Yeah, there is. There's some really weird decor in this house.
Also, I just want to say that the glass smashed and about a second or two later the dog ran through it.
Yeah. It's a weird continuity error, just like real life B-movies. Also, that middle cabinet stands out. Something about that,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a problem when you're dealing with old games with pre-rendered backgrounds, is that you could really tell what stuff you're supposed to interact with and what stuff you're not.
But to be fair, as a kid, you know, well, personally, we were kids at this point, and I don't know about you, but personally me,
I was 9 years old when this game came out.
I was then younger than you.
Ah. So 1996.
996. My age is one of those. See,
So I was born in, it was a nice close-up look of the character model there.
this is why I love Resident Evil, because the cameras stick you there, and it's like anything could be anywhere.
This is one of the rare parts of the game where you actually get to have a good look at the character model. Almost every single other camera angle in the game has you like far away, so enjoy it while it lasts.
With that face that doesn't look like her at all in the game or in the action sequence at the beginning. It's like,
So skipping forward a couple of minutes here, this is the shotgun room.
yay.
Now what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to skip this, keep going forward and grab a broken shotgun, because if you take the shotgun right away, you set off a trap.
Yay, here comes the Jill sandwich! Oh, it's coming.
It's coming down very slowly. Very slowly.
Ironically looks behind you. It's like, yep, we figured out a way to close the roof and lock the door, just in case anyone wants my shotgun. It's not like I had jewels. I had a shotgun.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, you now realise.
Barry to the rescue.
Is that you,
We
Jill?
say rescue.
What happened?
He's very calm.
Barry, help me please. The door won't open. Quick!
The ceiling is approaching at great speed?
At least they made the little kind of like dust where it's scraping down.
Yeah, that's a nice detail.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Quickly, this way, not that way.
Oh, the accursed door opening sequences. I never really minded them, to be honest. I know some people hate them.
That was too close.
They build,
You were almost
you know,
a Jill
they build tension,
sandwich.
but some
You're
people
right.
just hate them.
Barry,
It just sounds like he goes and has a stroke in the middle of that. He's like, it's a Joe sandwich.
Barry, didn't you say you're going back
The first
to
time
the
when he said
dining
that,
room
I
to
thought he
do
said
some
Jibble
research? sandwich. Why on earth are you here?
There was actually a reference to that in the original Dead Rising.
Yeah.
The restaurant in the middle of the mall was called Jill's Sandwich.
Yeah, I remember that.
I always thought that was a cool little reference.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah.
He's like, thank you, Barry. Piss off. Oh.
It's like they tried their best to like make the remake as serious as possible and not cheesy at all, but there was just some stuff that they could not remove without risk of fans just rioting, and the Jill Sandwich line, I believe, is still in the remake.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, by the way, so when that ceiling comes down and crushes the floor, how would they put it back up, you know?
I don't know, I guess it's just designed to return to its original position by itself.
Maybe it's better to secure our escape route first.
Yes, Barry, master tactician.
Well done. That's number one.
Let's try to find it first, shall we?
No.
Okay, let's separate again.
Just a moment. I found something.
Yes.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things.
As opposed to all of those other weapons that aren't powerful against living things.
Like books.
This.
Books,
Thank you.
yes.
Oh, that's
I'll
brilliant.
take this then.
I love the way he said that.
Guess what? This ammo I'm about to give you turns out is very effective at killing things. Who would have known?
I found this, by the way. Just take a look at it. I have this. It's like he's playing like one of those like Magic the Gathering or something, and he's just like,
It's like he's LARPing.
yeah.
It's like a LARPing session.
I will go back to my LARP days where I was the most happiest. I don't like this setting.
It's like, hey guys, this whole situation is kind of weirding me out, so I'm going to go back to my safe inner space, which is LARPing, so just hold on a sec while I roll this dice.
Yeah, I got 6. You know what that means?
So this is the awesome part of playing as Jill, is that you can run and basically grab one of the most powerful weapons in the game 5 minutes after starting. And there's nothing that can stop you. There's no real challenge. It's like, oh hey, here's some crows, but you don't have to fight the crows at all.
It's Forest. He's not actually a forest.
Shh. So you want to make sure you pick up the grenade launcher first. They call it the bazooka, but it's a grenade launcher.
Yeah. That's why I was really confused as a kid.
Before you look at the body, otherwise you're going to have trouble. Oh, Jill just disappeared. She was standing right there, but now she's gone.
How does she know exactly that it was crows? Maybe he got pecked to death by pigeons.
Yeah, maybe it was a seagull. You don't know it was crows.
Maybe it was a very awkward man.
Maybe these crows are completely, unique to this current situation. Maybe they had nothing to do with his death.
Maybe he's got a flesh-eating virus.
Yeah, that happened to take hold really quickly.
Exactly.
So now this is a bit further into the game. This is, I believe, in the other side of the house. And we're going to test out our new grenade launcher.
I used to do the dance, like...
Oh, hi there, Mr. Zombie.
No arms, no head, no bum.
I know that's a terrible, terrible waste of ammo, but I did it anyway because it's just so funny.
Also, in the remake, that I do believe that's the very first Crimson Head.
Oh, in that hallway?
Yeah. That's like, you walk over, it's like, it just comes up and goes, meh, and you're like, oh, it's Crimson.
We're going to cut forward ahead a little bit further. And this is the famous Itchy Tasty room, where you can read a diary entry of a man, writing as he's turning into a zombie. which is the most insane concept ever.
I love it.
I guess you could say this game was the origin of the audio logs, except they weren't audio at this point.
Yeah.
But they were just as ridiculous. And haha, I was hiding in the wardrobe the whole time.
It's just like, I can't... It's like a cockroach when you cut its head off. It'll run towards you and bump into you, but then it'll be like...
Like it's still alive for a couple of seconds before it drops.
This is all I can do.
Yeah. Now this is one of the most...
I love this.
This is the painting
I
room.
love this one.
Now, you have to press certain buttons under different paintings to unlock the safe at the end of the hallway. Now, what I love about this puzzle is that somehow the crows in this room are smart enough to know if you fucked up the puzzle.
Yeah.
It's like, if you get the order of the buttons wrong, somehow the crows know. It's like, okay, oh, she messed up. Come on, guys, let's get into action.
I spent a long time in this hallway trying to shoot those crows, by the way, on my very first go. I was like, well, you know, I met Forrest and I was shooting at crows, or ravens, whatever, I don't know. And now they're just doing the same thing.
It's at the point where you're yet to realise, like, yo, I maybe should be saving my ammo.
Yeah. Well, I had a handgun and I had the shotgun. I was like, I'll use the handgun because I've got more bullets. So I was like, pew, 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 and nothing happened.
You can actually kill the crows, it's just a bit difficult because they're so small.
Yeah. I just did it wrong. Because I did pew-pews.
Yeah. Just like with the dogs, there was a time where I was good enough at this game where I could reliably take down the crows with a knife.
Yeah.
But I can't do that anymore, I'm not good enough.
There's a message.
Give you the joy of life. Will you push it? No. Why would I do that?
By the way, the first time I ever played the game... Oh, hello. What is this? Dum 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 dum. Yay!
Oh, it's a piece of metal.
Will you take the star crest? No. I don't want...
And the crows are all like, hey guys, she did it. She was alright. She solved the puzzle. Let's not attack her.
Yeah, we don't have, like... We're just normal crows. We don't... Our brains are the size of a pea. We're not zombie crows.
Yeah, they're just regular crows that for some reason decided to eat flesh.
Yeah.
So again, a little bit further on in the game, this is the upstairs hallway, and this is a fun part because you can clearly see there's a zombie right there, but he can't see us because we are technically out of line of sight. But the zombie off the screen can totally see us. Now, what is really set up here? It's designed so that you would come up the stairs, fight the zombie you can see, and then get ambushed from behind by this zombie here.
Yeah.
But after you've played this game a couple of times, you realise like the zombie in the background won't attack you until you step off that top step.
Exactly, yeah.
So you can just straight up wait for this guy, kill him, then take on the other zombie. But you know, it's an interesting setup. Like I see what they were thinking here. It's like you would come up, attack this guy, and then just get ganked from behind.
One thing that I think is very much underlooked is that when you walk backwards and she's got that stance that she's actually scared and walking away from a zombie, like, get away from me kind of thing. That is something that's awesome.
Yeah. They changed it up a little bit in the remake. I believe if you did that in the GameCube game, Jill would randomly at times just slip over and fall over on her ass.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
Like, which is really annoying. So, this puzzle's kind of annoying. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to push these statues over these vents in the floor. Because you see that button in the middle of the floor here? If you push the button and the vents are still open, it pumps poison gas into the room.
Yeah.
So the problem with this puzzle is that if you don't place the statues perfectly, I mean like pixel perfectly, it doesn't count as a solve. So right here, I'm pretty damn certain I have covered up that vent. You can't see it. See, I go to press the button, and then the game's like, nope, you didn't place it perfectly. Guess what? And I'm like, fuck!
Look at it run. I never really had that many problems with that. I mean, I used to do that, like, straight away, so I'm okay with that. I
usually have like a 50% chance of screwing it up the first time whenever I do this puzzle.
there's something I want to say about the keys. Like, you know how you got armor key, sword key, and all that. You know, it's. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, to be honest. But you know, when you use the key for the very last time, it says like, "Will you throw? You don't need this key anymore. Will you throw it away?"
Yeah.
I actually had a little bit of paranoia. Like, no.
You think, oh no, the game's trying to trick me.
Yeah, I generally thought that. I was like, nope, it's trying to trick me. I've got this shit.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this key. And then later on you feel like such an idiot.
Jesus Christ, just to put some treasure in a box. That's not even treasure. Why would you...
Like, who... Like, what an elaborate setup just to unlock a cabinet. Like, seriously.
By the way, I need the Suncrest. Well, I've just decided what I'm going to do is put these really heavy bronze statues, and I've got to put them over poison gas things, which in reality, the poison gas...
Yeah, and by the way, there's poison gas.
Clearly escape, considering there's a massive hole.
Yeah. Anyway, coming up on an important sequence here.
I love this music.
I love this cutscene that's coming up.
My favourite thing ever in this game is just Barry.
Richard, what happened?
Oh, poor Richard. It's actually really grisly, because if you look at his torso,
Yeah.
look, there's puncture wounds, all like where the snake had him in its mouth.
Yeah,
That's really grisly.
You're
yeah, it's
wounded.
awesome.
What kind of demon attacked you?
It was a huge snake and also poisonous.
Poisonous?
I like how that's the thing that she got from
Richard,
that. Like,
hold on.
it's a huge snake.
There is
Yeah.
serum.
Like, oh no, he's poisoned. It's not that he's like got like 8 massive puncture wounds in his torso. He's probably suffering
problem.
immense internal
I'll go and
bleeding.
get it.
It's the poison that's the problem.
Exactly. That's what I was kind of confused about. Like, also the fact that he was like, it's a huge snake, and it's poisonous.
I love he just yells out here. He goes, also some bandages would be nice. Oh, she didn't hear me. Anyway, after a quick run back.
Here's the serum. Richard, hold on. I'll give you a shot now.
Bang.
Hey, did you bring some bandages to maybe cover up these massive wounds? No? Oh, okay.
You should keep it. I'm...
No! Richard!
You didn't know, Richard. Stop being a drama queen. He's alive.
Careful.
Oh, okay, now he's dead. So, it's impossible to save Richard in the original Resident Evil, but I believe in the GameCube remake they made it possible.
Yeah. You have to do it within a time limit, though. An actual time limit that's not shown.
Yeah, and if you are fast enough and you manage to save him, he helps you in the boss fight against the snake.
He does. Because I did that the first time, because I was well happy about that. I was proud. I love this game.
Oh, and an easy tactic for taking care of this guy, just quickly run up the stairs where he can't get to you. Blow off his legs.
And then make love to him.
Done.
Oh, okay. I did things a little bit differently in my first playthrough. Alright. I actually... minus, the last boss fight, it's my favourite boss fight in the game.
It's probably the most iconic boss fight in the game. Everyone knows the giant snake.
Next to Neptune.
Oh, I mean, I think the shark... I mean, the shark wasn't originally a boss. The shark was just like a unique encounter in the original game. They turned it into a boss in the GameCube version.
Yeah. No, I just mean, but I would still call it a kind of boss, kind of. I know what you mean, though, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's a major encounter, but you actually don't have to kill the shark if you don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to kill the snake if you don't want to. I mean, really good players can just run in, grab the medal, and run back out again. And actually, if you're speedrunning the game, you have to.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like like if you want to get that infinite ammo rocket launcher, you have to.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So we're going to skip forward a little bit again.
Here we go.
So you fight. A lot of people don't realise you fight Yawn twice. I believe,
you do.
in the game. You fight regular Yawn, and then later on, when you come back to the mansion, you fight zombie Yawn. He's become all zombified and he looks all gross.
I just like how he's like, yeah, I'm a giant snake. What of it?
guess what? I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm a giant snake. I have never done this fight without getting bitten. Because I've always been fascinated. If you somehow manage to beat Yawn without getting bitten, do you still have the oh my god, I'm poisoned cutscene after leaving the room?
To be brutally honest, in the remake and the original, actually no, the remake I have done it without being poisoned, I do believe, but in the original one, I have no recollection of either. Also, I like how it's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go, bye.
He's like, yo, I'm out. You got fucking acid grenades. That's not cool. I'm out of here.
I just like it. It's like if, like in all the Resident Evil games, it's like if Jill, Chris, and all the other members generally have like they've got some kind of like, yeah, the ECG thing like on their pulse or whatever, and it just says poison.
Great. I think the poison just means like your health will slowly decrease over time.
Yeah, but I just mean like in real life. Like, if they had that, it's just like, oh, looks like I'm poisoned. Wouldn't have known other way apart from I'm coughing up blood. Oh, there we go.
So I've never been able to figure out whether this cutscene still happens if you manage to beat the snake without getting bitten. I'd love to know.
I have a feeling it doesn't.
So here's an interesting fact. The guy who walks into the room here, people found out later on that that's, I think, this guy here. That's Wesker.
Oh, yeah?
So you think Barry or Chris saves you. It's actually Wesker who saves you. So I think at some point people managed to get inside the code of the game and rotate the model for that cutscene, and it's totally Wesker. And I think the logic behind that is Wesker doesn't want to kill you just yet. He's trying to get you to the Tyrant. He's trying to get that important like combat test data. Anyway, something has changed. Something seems odd. The resolution is slightly lower. The character models slightly rougher. The load times noticeably longer.
That really weird dark hair.
Barry?
Yeah, this is the Sega Saturn version of the original Resident Evil.
Get away from... Well, no, I'm joking. I've never played it. I would like to know exactly what's different.
Yeah, so there's not a lot that's different. There's a couple of like additional features they added. But I think if you play as Chris, you fight 2 tyrants at the end of the game instead of just the one. And I believe there's an unlockable battle game when you finish the game. So, you know, like the long tradition of like whenever you finish a Resident Evil storyline, it'll unlock like a special mode.
Yeah.
That started here. So this is the first version of Resident Evil to have that, of like an unlockable mode.
And ironically, the first version of Resident Evil. So that's a good start.
Well, I mean, you know, the original didn't have it.
Yeah, of course,
this
yeah.
version did.
Also, listen to the music.
And also,
Listen to
yeah,
it's lovely.
it's nice music. Also, the as you might notice, you already pointed out earlier, the colours are significantly like darker contrast.
Yeah.
So this is later in the game. This is at the guardhouse. This is the next place you go after beating the snake.
Well, those doors look much worse in contrast.
Rougher, yeah. And this is also your first encounter with another major enemy type.
Dave.
Hi, Dave. No,
Yeah, giant spider. I love
Dave.
Yeah, just Dave the spider. Just
Dave the spider. So I think the spiders are actually the most fun enemy to fight in the game because they're not just slow and boring like the zombies. They're not just
overpowered. Yeah.
You know, they're not annoying. They're not annoying like the hunters. They've got decent speed. They've got decent attack strength, and they can't one-shot you like hunters can. I just find them really enjoyable.
Yeah. Like design-wise, I really like hunters, but spiders are pretty awesome.
Design-wise, I really like the hunters, but when you have to fight them, they suck.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh hey, I'm just going to one-shot you now. You've got full health, but fuck it, I'm just going to take your head off.
As a kid, that damn like hunter introduction intro video. Oh, that was so awesome.
Yeah.
First person running, open door, and it just teaches you these bastards can open doors. By the way.
Yeah, these things can open doors. They only ever do it in scripted events, but they can totally do it.
It's like Nemesis. It's like, oh, he's gonna open this window. He's gonna crash through this window. No, he's not.
But he'll only do it. He'll only do it when you're not looking at the door.
Yeah.
They'll wait for the camera angle to shift before he comes in. Anyway, this is fun. We're just going to push this box down this long ass hallway.
Trained in box pushing.
Man, this is like Sokoban for the Game Boy. It's the one where you got to push the boxes into certain locations. You know the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that game.
First of all, I thought you said Soroban, and Soroban is Japanese for what are they called?
Fish.
I'm not really good at words today, but to be fair, it's Friday night for me. You know the beads that you know the oldly time calculators.
Oh right, yeah.
What are they called? Bloody hell.
An abacus.
That's the one, abacus. They're called Soroban in Japan.
I see.
And they're still semi-used today for like older culture things. They're like a unique abacus that I don't understand.
Anyway, we solved that insane puzzle.
Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that still.
Oh.
Ice. It's ice.
So, there's one thing about the Sega Saturn also, was that it was not terribly efficient at doing transparencies. It could do them, but what would tend to happen is that it would become a system hog. So most of the time, third-party developers, or rather like all developers in general, just chose not to do them, and instead did this kind of ugly-looking, like dithered effect instead. And it looks kind of like terrible, especially in this room coming up.
It kind of looks like you're walking through. It looked
like a chessboard.
Ice, and then it looked like when you're walking through it, it's got the sound of water, it's got the kind of splashes of water, but it's like you're walking through mist.
Yeah.
Nice door opening sequence. It's like she's not really sure to open the door.
Yeah, so this room, you really notice it. Oh my goodness.
Look at that. I mean,
Whoa.
I can understand it's more water now because it's going up and down, but Jesus Christ, look at that. It's like...
Yeah. So here's a fun fact. If you run around the left-hand side of this tank, you will not get this upcoming cutscene. This cutscene only happens if you run around the right-hand side of the tank.
Huh.
So if you run around the left-hand side of the tank, you just run into the sharks, and they're just there, and you fight them immediately.
Oh yeah, true, yeah, they are. Same in the a remake, I do believe.
Yeah, but if you go this way, you get a nice little introduction cutscene. It's like, oh, there's something in the water.
I like how the shark stopped and then went slower.
It's like, hey guys, let's slow down a bit here. The cutscene's ending.
This key is pointless. Do you want to discard it? No, I've got a key. If I want to...
It's my key.
I can lock it on the other side if I do please so myself.
Yeah. So they expanded on this sequence a whole bunch in the GameCube version. You spend a lot longer time down here in this room, in these rooms, with the sharks in the remake than you do in the original. In the original, it's just sort of like a unique encounter. It's not really a boss. It's super simple. You just run into this room, you flick the switch, and it's all done.
I like how
it's a little bit more elaborate in the remake.
There's a lever in the room to lower the water. It's like, yep, definitely, this room will be definitely underwater. Remember to lower the lever to do so.
It's like, hey guys, when we build this room, be sure to put in a lever that's specially designed to lower any insane water level.
There is a glass case here that would actually house water, and it's not got any water in it.
Yeah, it's just an empty fish tank. Anyway, this is pretty funny. I like this. Just like, yo, big old badass sharks.
Yeah.
Everyone point and laugh.
I just love the movement.
Yeah. You can you can shoot them or stab them right now, and you can end their suffering. But I chose not to.
I decided to look at a very nice wall.
I was like, wow, look at the plastering job on this wall. This is really nice.
They've done very okay, and there is moss.
Also, how did the sharks get out of the tank? It looks like it's intact.
I'm gonna say zombie magic.
Zombie magic. The sharks teleported.
Yeah, that's how zombies get everywhere. They're like...
So I specifically remember... Well, I guess not. It didn't actually happen, did it? I think this tank was already broken. Anyway, next boss. This is Plant 42. This is the second major boss of the game. This is also probably the easiest boss in the game.
Also, I used to call it the octopus because of obvious reasons.
It looks a bit like an octopus.
But if you look at the arms, they look like they got suction cups. Plus, they're not very plant-like for early graphics. So.
And if you've got the flame rounds, this boss just becomes trivial.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm going to shoot with a couple of flame rounds and you're dead.
Pew, pew, pew. Oh, sorry, bruh. I like how the arms were the last thing to go. Like, your legs, they just disappear, your head's gone down, you melted. Basically, you just fought the boss inside Jabu Jabu's belly.
Yeah, it's basically Jabu Jabu boss, mini-boss.
I love it. I love the fact that it just makes me laugh, like, when it spins towards you, I just imagine, like, Jill looking at a key, and then she just spins and goes, "Ah," like, spins it towards her face. "Ah." This is a carving of a helmet.
It's like, I would not have known this unless I had very carefully rotated this key.
That's the best thing. That's what I loved about this game. Like, when I managed to do that, I was like, oh, there's a thing that I can look at it and search it. And I looked around and it was like, there's a picture of a sword. Then it's this sword key. I'm like, oh, I could do it for other keys. And I used to do it for everything. I'll pick up the ammo and be like, maybe there's a surprise.
Anyway, this I love this upcoming cutscene here. Very slowly open the door.
And then get stuck for a second because it's the Saturn.
Gunshots. Oh, Wesker, my trustworthy friend, who I trust because you're my friend.
What happened to your blonde hair?
Yeah, you have black hair now. Also,
What happened to your blue shirt?
Also, you're wearing a black uniform instead of a blue shirt.
That's what I thought. Why do you look like bloody, like, early 2000s emo? Jesus.
Yeah, the Sega Saturn had significantly darker, like a more saturated colour palette than the PlayStation, so a lot of like games would noticeably look darker.
If I played this the first time without playing the PlayStation version, I would have thought I bumped into Chris. But he had...
Yeah, you look... I love how he walks the other side of her, slowly takes the time to pivot 180 degrees, then continues the conversation.
By the way, did you notice? I can turn without moving my legs.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
Anyway, I'm just gonna go back there.
She's not like, hey, by the way, how are you, Wesker?
Anyway, like, what every player does, you stand on the bees.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's actually what I used to do.
I love that effect where you stand on the bees and then the guts look like they're hitting the screen and then slide down it.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Cool effect. Anyway, that's the end of that game. That's precisely, I think, one half of the game. We might do the second half of the game at a later date. I haven't really decided yet.
Looking forward to it.
Any last thoughts?
I love this game. That's all I can say. I mean, like, I played both this and the director's cut. I love both. I love the remake. The remake is my favourite Resident Evil game ever, but the actual original Resident Evil is my favourite Resident Evil game, next to 2.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the original so much. It's just, it's I love how it takes itself less seriously than any of the sequels. It's very B-movie. That's
the thing, though. It's like, for me, it's the B-movie point is not even a point with me. That's the weird thing. I really just love the game because it's in a very, I mean, a mansion is a big house, and you think of it, hey, this guy's got a mansion. You think, wow, this guy's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of rooms. He does indeed. There's also a laboratory underneath, but apart from that, it's the fact that he's got this big place, yet it's much smaller due to the fact that there's no one there apart from things that are aiming to kill you. So it makes it even more scary. Yeah. For me, anyway.
It's like there's not a lot of space to manoeuvre. A lot of tight hallways. No.
Also, the fact that
limited ammo.
I mean, people who, I mean, you know, it's a limited thing, but there are people who want Resident Evil 1 with like third-person kind of, you know, the recent Resident Evil third-person things. No, you can't do that. I'm sorry, you can't. That's silly.
I mean, they did kind of do that. I mean, there was DLC, I think,
Resident Evil 5.
Resident Evil 6. Was it 5 or 6?
It was 5. It's 5.
Is it 5?
Yeah, and
where you and Jill are going around a very similar mansion.
No, it was the same mansion.
Are you sure?
100% sure.
Because I remember it's like Jill and Chris, and they're like, "Hey, this place seems really familiar, doesn't it?" And then Chris is like, "Yeah, deja vu, right?"
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was the original one, and that's why I was kind of like really disappointed because they were just like, "Oh, by the way, look, new monster. Hey, let's put it in the movie."
Oh, okay. So anyway, thank you again, SteelBall Jack, for joining me.
No problem. I had a good time.
I hope people enjoyed this little one-off video, possibly a 2-off if we ever get around to doing the second half. I'm not sure yet.
Well, I hope. Yeah, I'm always here, and I really enjoyed doing this, to be honest. So yeah, anything could happen.
Right, thank you very much.
See you later.